Unmute.
Okay. So, welcome back those watching on stream and in the paddock. I'm hoping my timing screen continues to update as the minis now enter formation in the yellow flag zone. And as usual, pretty much nailing the starting procedure compared to some of the older categories. I hope I haven't jinxed it, but the lights are on, and here they come. So you'll see them split off into the train tracks. And the lights are out, and away they go. So Achilles Peruzzi then started in pole position as they're 3-4 wide into turn one, going through nice and safe. 104 goes a little bit wide. He's onto the dirty stuff. Theodore Constantine, that was off the circuit, down to last place. Nikita Zalalov showing us first when they cross the line. But we'll have to wait for an update when they come back through the timing beam as they're 2 wide into turn 5. Gets a little bit close to the grass and the tyre barrier there in the mid-pack as they'll head down towards 7. Through the S as they go now, and this is where they should start filing out into single file towards turn 11. And down through the S's then back to turn 14. And the final turn, and they come back down the main straight. So here we go then, the first lap complete. And your order is as follows. It is Nikita Zalalov then up in first place. Achilles Peruzzi, followed by Ava Lawrence there in the top 3, who got a podium earlier as well. Ava Lawrence absolutely on fire today as we see a move down towards turn 5. That's for 4th and 5th. So Giuseppe Montanari and Francesco Lisignoli there side by side in towards turn 5. Giovanni Junior Desani in P6 when they cross the line. Baptiste Augustin in 7th. Henry King down to 8th. Baron Altensoy and Guido Ebergenyi rounding off your top 10. All the field still pretty much close together. Nikita Zalalov, fastest lap of the race so far with a 57.5 as the leader of this race. You should see the top 3 try and break away and work together. Achilles Peruzzi and Ava Lawrence in 2nd and 3rd. Actually looking down the inside, I think, back there as they try and push each other through. They're looking down the inside, and Nikita Zalalov then down towards turn 1. Peruzzi, Lawrence down the inside. 197 getting involved. That's Montanari also trying to push them through, and Zalalov might be down to 4th there as a result. Still tries to hold the inside of 2 and 3. But Achilles Peruzzi then takes the lead of the race, followed by Ava Lawrence in P2 with Montanari in P3. As we see more carts side by side there through 7 and 8 in the mid-pack, trying to shuffle themselves round. And you see them all bunch up and Constantina up into that final turn. And here they come then, back down the main straight, ready to complete lap 3. And it is going to be Peruzzi leading the way. Ava Lawrence, 2nd place. Montanari, 3rd. All in the same liveried carts. All 3 potential teammates there. Going to be working together. It's Baptiste Augustin up into 4th. So Nikita Zalalov actually dropped down to 6th place as a result of that fighting last lap. A lot of the drivers taking it a lot safer, a little bit less feisty this time. As I see a swap there into 7 and 8, actually. I think that might be Montanari going up into P2, passing Ava Lawrence into 7 and 8. We'll double check when they come across the line. As the cart's behind in 6th, 7th and 8th. That's Zalalov, Henry King, Giovanni Junior Desani, Guido Ebageni all side by side as well. So here they come then across the line. Side by side, the battling continues. And it's 3 wide nearly. As we see Achilles Peruzzi retake the lead of this race. Side by side into 2 and 3 is Ava Lawrence and Francesco Lisignoli. And Nikita Zalalov then out of position, down in 5th place, 55.0, sets the fastest lap of the race. He's going to be looking to come back through the field. Henry King is up into 6th. Giuseppe Montanari ended up down in P7 as they all shuffled round across the back end of the lap. I'm unsure on what this signal means on the pit wall. The both arms in the air with a wide gap in between. But it is Baptiste Augustin leading the way then. Peruzzi in 2nd, Lisignoli 3rd. Zalalov up into 4th, Lawrence down to 5th. And that's Giuseppe Montanari taking a 54.6 fastest lap in 6th place. So you lead 6. Lead 7, actually, bumper to bumper. 7th, Henry King is still part of that fight as well. But they're starting to pull away from 8th and 9th of Derek Rivera and Guido Ebageni, who are a little bit ahead of Francisco Puerta and Giovanni Junior Desani there in 11th place. Essa Al-Hamadi, P12. Baron Altenside, P13. Mohamed Al-Qasemi, 14th. Benjamin Karashkovich in 15th. Augustin Puerta, 16th. Theodore Constantine down in 17th. Jensen Hammond, 18th. And Paul Schutzman rounding off the field in 19th place. So across the line, still Augustin leads. Peruzzi 2nd. Lisignoli 3rd. Zalalov 4th. Any changes into 2 or 3? Single file, waiting for a better opportunity. Too much early days right now. It's lap 6. As the top 7 continue their fight down towards the back end of the circuit. Anyone going to make a lunge down there? Not quite. Through the S's, down towards 11. Big bump there from Montanari, I think that was. And it's ended up ruining the run outside. So lost a position then as a result of that. I think Ava Lawrence is now down into P7 of that train. Identified by the blue helmet. And they're going to go side by side down towards the straight. 3 wide down towards turn 1. The teammates, that was any photographer's got a picture of that. That would be amazing. But Ava Lawrence back up into 5th. Put the switch back there. Augustin leads. Lisignoli up into 2nd. Peruzzi down to 3rd when they cross the line. Zalalov still in 4th. Thumbs up from the pit wall as they support them. The little drivers as they go round. I wonder if they can see it from over there, actually. Definitely on the main straight. I'm not sure they can see the signals from turn 5. But it doesn't hurt to try, right? Keep showing your support for the little ones. Family, friends, spectators and teams. Here they come then. Down the main straight again. 143 down the inside. 116. That's Nikita Zalalov then. Trying to get P3. Pushes them down towards the inside. 116 is Achilles Peruzzi. Forced to the inside line. Zalalov down to 5th currently. Looking to try and gain that back. As Ava Lawrence has gone through as well. Your top 2, Augustin and Lisignoli trying to pull away. Down the inside goes Zalalov there. Into 7. Up into 3rd place. And it all reshuffles once again in 11. Can't quite see turn 11 from over here. Disappears behind a hedge and then they always exit in a different order than what they entered in. It's definitely a heavy braking zone and an interesting corner, but your leaders working together to pull away from the train behind. Baptiste Augustin still leads the way then. Lisignoli second, and it's now Nikita Zalalov still in third right now. Ava Lawrence looking to go up the inside of Achilles Peruzzi down into turn 2 and 3. Almost gets Zalalov as well. And I think she succeeded in doing so. She's up into P4 then. Ava Lawrence slots into the train, but 5 carts very close behind. Montanari, King, Rivera, Evgeny, all fighting for the same patch of track. 54.4, the fastest lap goes to Derek Rivera. Down the inside goes Evgeny, I think that was, into turn 11. So here they come across the line. This is to start lap 10. Side by side are the teammates once again, 197 and 196. That's Montanari and Peruzzi, side by side as they went through to turn 1. Still continuing on into turn 2 and 3. And your leaders looking like they've got a healthy lead. But Lawrence and Zalalov swapped positions. Lawrence back into the podium place. Zalalov right behind. 1.5 seconds from the lead. Can they close in now? Can they work together on the last few laps of this final race? Zalalov and Lawrence, third and fourth. A little bit of a gap to the carts behind with Peruzzi and Montanari. Who's the best pusher? Can Nikita use Ava to try and get back to the podium? Or can Ava hold on? Montanari and Peruzzi seem to have settled their differences as they slot single file. And it's 2 by 2 as they enter turn 5. So first and second together, third and fourth together, and it looks like fifth and sixth closed in a little bit on the exit of 5 as the rest of the field comes through. A little train of 5 carts near the back end. And then 2 carts further back. Theodore Constantine and Jensen Hammond in 18th and 19th place. Esra Al-Hamadi, Baron Altensoy, Benjamin Korotchkovich, Paul Schutzman. The group of 5 carts that are together near the back end of the field. But all eyes are watching the top 6 then, who come across the line 2 by 2. And now 2 by 4, as the leaders are being reeled in slowly but surely. The gap now 7 tenths, so they've closed 7 tenths of a second that last lap. It was a second and a half a lap ago. 7 tenths of a second, the gap now to the lead 2. Baptiste Augustin and Francesco Lisignoli look to have this set, but they do not. It is far from over. The gap closing down. 53.9 was the lap time from Ava Lawrence last time out. Zalalov, 54.0. 53.7s for Peruzzi and Montanari. Both done exactly the same lap time to the 1,000th. The fastest lap of the race for Peruzzi and Montanari. 53.780 each. And here they come then. That is the last lap board, I believe, being shown. And now it starts to get feisty. Zalalov down the inside of Lawrence. Can't pull it off. Switchback for Montanari. No, Peruzzi, sorry. Down the inside of 2. Zalalov forces them to the dirty line. Peruzzi has to yield, backs out of that move. And now Montanari wants to come through and pass Peruzzi. And look at Augustin and Lisignoli there as they go into turn 5. No swaps for position. But look at Ava Lawrence, who's trying to make it 3 wide down to 7th. Down to turn 7, sorry. Down into the right-hander, through the S's now. Who's going to come out on top through turn 11? Is there going to be a bump from any of them? Down the inside, that's Ava Lawrence, I think, for P2. Trying to follow Augustin through to at least move up 1 space. They're 3 wide on the exit, and it's going to be 4 or 5 wide as they enter turn 14. The final turn, it's going to be neck and neck as they cross the line. Down through that corner. I don't know who's going to win this from this angle. Here they come. They single file out. The checkered flag is waved. Who's going to cross the line first? It's going to be 134, sorry. Baptiste Augustin. Francesco Lisignoli right behind. Nikita Zalalov did get third in the end, with Ava Lawrence falling to fourth. Giuseppe Montanari in the end up into P5. Achilles Peruzzi losing out there in that top 6 fight. Did take the fastest lap, 53.676, but 6th place in the end for Achilles Peruzzi. From 7th downwards, Derek Rivera, Henry King, Guido Ebageni, Mohamed Al-Qasemi, Francisco Puerta, Giovanni Junior Desani, Augustin Puerta, Essa Al-Hamadi, Paul Schutzman, Baran Altinsoy, Benjamin Karashkovich, Theodore Constantine, and Jensen Hammond round off the mini finals. Provisional results, of course. Very tight at the end, side by side, less than half a tenth of a second between Lisignoli and Augustin. Up next, KZs. Okay, so KZ's lining up on the grid then. And the lights are off and away they go. And Oliver Vessin, for the first time today, does get off the grid, goes straight into P3. Parmigiani leads into turn 1. And look at that, Oliver Vessin then looking for a move up into P2. But I think Sultan Kadali thinks better of it. He's going to go down the inside and try and snatch P2 away. And all the meanwhile, Parmigiani goes to try and take on the victory that he wanted yesterday before his kart broke down. So, sorry about that, I'm back online. Catching up with the KZ order then, and Oliver Vessin is back into P2. Sultan Kadali dropped to P3. 47.5 for Oliver Vessin, setting the fastest lap of the race. Now, can he chase down Filippo Parmigiani, who leads this race by 2.5 seconds? Remember, Vessin has not finished 2 races today, so his tyres should be alive and kicking to close that gap. Although Filippo Parmigiani, 47.0 that lap, does go fastest. Extends his lead to 2.7 seconds. Sultan Kadali then not letting this go either. Abdullah Al Ali in P4, Mohamed Al Gharer in P5. Filippo is absolutely flying. Last time round, it's a 46.8. Half a second quicker than Oliver in P2. So the fight is going to be between second and third. As Sultan Kadali looks to close in, did a 47.2 last time out, did Sultan, so 1/10 quicker than Vessin. The gap between them 8/10, 7/10 of a second even. So if he keeps doing that, a couple laps time should be on the back of him. Slipstream effect definitely will be happening from this point because he's close enough. Parmigiani doesn't need any of that apparently, as he does a 47.0. 47.3 for Oliver. Kadali 47.1. Another 2 attempts taken out that lap. Half a second the gap now between them. Can Sultan Kadali pass Oliver Vessin for a P2 after winning the race yesterday, the final yesterday? Went to Sultan after Parmigiani had an issue with his car. I'm unsure actually how close this will be on points if Kadali finishes third. Does he still win overall? But they come across the line then. Oliver Vessin, P2 still. Kadali right behind him as they go into turn 1. So Kadali's car looks locked in through turn 1. He sends it down the inside of 2. Vessin caught sleeping into turn 2, but look at the wiggle on Sultan's car as he exited 3 and 4. And now Oliver Vessin has a target ahead of him. Can he find the pace, dig deep, and try and close in on Sultan, who's just past him for that second place spot? Let's have a look. Whilst it's settled down, let's see if the live stream can be updated. See if there's anyone in chat again. Okay, so no one in chat on the live stream just for now, but the gap has closed between Sultan Kadali and Oliver Vessin in the last couple of laps. We're on lap 10, 46.7 for Filippo Parmigiani, 46.7 for Sultan Kadali, and 46.8 for Oliver Vessin in terms of best lap times. And Oliver Vessin currently going faster than Sultan there in P3. So now that he's got someone in front of him, someone to chase, can he get P2 back from Sultan in the last phase of this race? Bounces their way through turn 1. Kadali was 1/10 quicker that lap, done everything he needed to do, goes a bit wide into 5. Vessin's still right there, 3/10 the gap when they cross the line. Down into turn 11. Kadali, good exit out of 11. Extends that into 14. Consistency at this phase is key. One mistake from one of these drivers, one tiny error, and it can be a position change. And it looks like Sultan has dug deep and woken up. He's done a 46.7. Oliver 47.0. So he pulled 3/10 that lap somewhere. I wonder if he's motivated by the slowing. Oh, no. Is that an issue there for Oliver Vessin at the back of the circuit? He does come into the pits. It does look all over for Oliver Vessin then, who pulls into the pits on lap 13 of the race. Devastating. Didn't finish any races today, did Oliver. And that is now Sultan Kadali then, securing P2. But look at the gap between him and Parmigiani. 2.1 seconds. Is Parmigiani just saving tyres? Or is there a problem? 49.7 was Filippo's last lap compared to 46.6. I don't know if he's just teasing him, but it is getting very close. 1.6 seconds then, the gap between the top two. 47.1 for Filippo, 46.6 again for Sultan, who's absolutely nailing the consistency here then. Closing on your leader. But is Filippo going to pull out another